Hello cả nhà, mình là Anna Nguyễn đến từ Việt Úc Home bất động sản Úc. Hôm nay mình có bài chia sẻ về những thay đổi của chính phủ Úc từ ngày 1 tháng 7 năm 2023 cho đến hiện nay về quy định xin giấy phép đầu tư FIRB, thuế trước bạ stamp duty và thuế đất hàng năm land tax dành cho người nước ngoài mua bất động sản tại Úc. Thông qua phần trình bày chi tiết của luật sư Vincent, xin mời cả nhà cùng lắng nghe.
I'm very grateful to be here today. Thank you all for attending, especially Mr. Chris Lee for your kindness and invitation. And we've been partners for many years, and we've done many successful deals together. As you may appreciate, I'm here today to give a quick update on the FIRB or the update on the changes that apply to foreigners who invest in Australia. My presentation will be two parts, so I will make a short introduction on myself, my firm, and then the majority of the time, which I'm talking about 10 minutes, will be about the update on the new laws applied from the 1st of July 2023, so only about 3 months ago. So my name is Vincent Long. I'm a lawyer, principal of a CEO. We have our office in the city, Pitt Street, but I look forward to maybe one day have an office here in the region. Before we opened our business in 2020, I worked many years at national and international law firms in Australia. I worked on many litigation for insurance companies, global clients. I'm grateful to be nominated in 2022 and 2023 by the Lawyer Weekly's for 30 under 30, a very popular award for lawyers in Australia. I advise clients in a few areas, so property, commercial, and litigation. I'm a specialist for many Vietnamese clients who want to invest in Australia. So I specialize in advising those clients investing in real estate and businesses. So they can purchase properties, they can purchase farm, they can purchase just businesses, any sort of business, from restaurants, from news agency, and some kind of a bit more sensitive areas that requires very close attention to details of the FIRB. Okay, so now we're the main part of my speech today. So I'll be providing a very short update on the key changes on the 1st of July 2023 that apply to all the foreign investors. You probably all business partners in the room, and I'm sure they are all aware of it. Okay, this is probably the most important change from 1st of July 2023. So for all the foreign investors who want to purchase properties in Australia, they must have approval from the government. Obviously, that's for residential properties. If they want to invest in commercial properties, that's a different story. But it doesn't matter which property they purchase, they got to have a MyGov account and an account for foreign investors. This is the new change from 1st of July 2023. It has created a lot of difficulty for everyone because it takes a lot of time, effort for everyone to create an account. Not all investors have sufficient documentation to create a MyGov account. Not all Australians here can do it properly. So we've been struggling to create MyGov ID and create online account for foreign investors, especially those who are in Vietnam. They don't have sufficient ID, they don't speak the language, very hard for them. But since 1st of July, we experienced some difficulty, but so far we have been successful in creating the MyGov ID. The reason is without MyGov ID in the foreign investor account on the ATO website, you cannot apply for approval. So you must have an account, and then it's a portal, it's a platform where you do everything from applying for FIRB, from registering asset purchase, lodging vacancy fee return every year. Everything is on the same portal. Obviously, if you struggle and you cannot create a MyGov account, you can do it manually with ATL by email, and we have done it. But so far, this is probably the most challenging aspects of the new system. So this is a general idea about the FIRB law, how it applies. As I mentioned earlier, all foreign investors in residential property in Australia must have FIRB approval. They can apply before they sign a contract, during negotiation of a contract, or after they sign a contract. But obviously there must be a clause in the contract saying that this contract is subject to FIRB approval. It could be within 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, depending on how you negotiate. If standard purchase, normally vendor allow 30 days. Of the plan, they might allow up to 60 days. Number 2 and number 3, they talk about what type of property you can purchase. It all depends on the type visa that you're holding. So, for example, if the investor is in Vietnam, have nothing about Australia, no visa, they can only purchase new or new property or vacant land to build a house. This also applies same to tourist visa. However, if they have a visa and that allows them to stay at least 12 months in Australia, or all the students who come to Australia on visa 500, 188 clients, they can purchase new property, vacant land to build a house or establish a dwelling. The reason? Well, if they can stay here for up to 12 months, they can call Australia home, they need a place to live. They might not always want to purchase new home, so they need established dwelling. But established property, you can only use as a principal place resident. You cannot rent out, you cannot do anything about it, you cannot live there. But if you're no longer what they call a temporary resident, you got to sell it within 6 months. So these aspects need proper attention and advice from solicitor about what type of property, the restriction that placed on you, because nothing comes for free. If the government gives you approval to purchase, it comes with condition, and you got to know the condition to comply with it. With the change of the government, there have been changes to how the law applied. There are significant fines and penalties applied to breaches of the FIRB. So you've got to be very careful when you advise a client. They know exactly what they're doing before they sign a contract and after they sign a contract. That's for many years. Okay, now moving to the last, or they now call transfer duty. I will deal mostly with New South Wales because that's where I did most of the work. So transfer duty is applied for everyone in Australia. It doesn't matter. You're going to pay some transfer duty when you purchase property, unless you are exempted. So in New South Wales, you have to pay stamp duty or transfer duty within 3 months of the contract date. If the settlement is before 3 months, you pay on the settlement date. This applies, doesn't matter whether you're foreigner or not. With foreign investors, they have to pay an extra 8% of the purchase price. So the purchase price is $1 million, that's $80,000 on top of the transfer duty that everyone has to pay. This is significant, and it has been increasing since for the last few years. 8% is the highest in Australia so far, so New South Wales and Victoria. The transfer duty surcharge is different between states, so we need to be careful. Okay, this is something that a lot of foreign investors, they might not be aware. This is what we call land tax surcharge. This applies after you finish the transaction. So every year, at the beginning of each year, the New South Wales Revenue will send you a bill with land tax surcharge. In New South Wales, it doesn't matter. There's no threshold. If the property land value is worth about $1 million, so that will be 4% of $1 million. So we're talking about land value. We're not talking about a purchase price. You could purchase the house for $3 million. Doesn't matter. $3 million is the value of the house plus the land. We only care about the land value. And this applies every single year, it doesn't matter. As long as you are foreign investors and you own the property, the residential property in New South Wales, you have a bill. And this year only increased in early 2023. Last year in 2022, it was 2%. Now 4%. So a lot of people got caught up in this one because they thought that they only need to pay 40 grand of land tax last year. Now they're giving 80 grand. Different story. Apartment land tax for apartment would be less than for a house. Okay, so that's all. So basically, and this is sum up. There have been quite many changes about the FIRB laws in one law.
Như vậy là theo phần trình bày của luật sư Vincent, thì từ ngày 1 tháng 7 năm 2023, yêu cầu xin giấy phép đầu tư FIRB của chính phủ sẽ khó hơn, chi phí cao hơn. Ngoài ra, chính phủ sẽ phụ thu thuế trước bạ dành cho người nước ngoài là 8%, và hàng năm người nước ngoài sẽ phải trả một khoản thuế đất là 4%, tính trên giá trị đất, không phải trên giá trị nhà. Xin cảm ơn cả nhà đã theo dõi video. Nếu cả nhà có nhu cầu đến Úc tìm hiểu về bất động sản, xin vui lòng liên hệ Việt Úc Home số điện thoại 0914770675 trên Zalo. Xin cảm ơn.